Hello everyone, welcome back. I've done it again. I've gone and bought another little tree. Again, a bit of a rescue mission. As you can see, it's another couple of days of sitting in the shop and it'd be dead. It's completely bone dry. It was reduced to €6, so I thought for €6 I'll try and save it. So I'm going to repot it. And before I do, I'll just give you an update on the wall. So this is my wall I'm building, my Hadrian's wall for my sycamore gap tree. I cut a piece of polystyrene so that I can make the ends curl up. It would should really be more of a curve like that, but to get that into a pot, then the pot I'm going to be putting is quite shallow. It's going to be tricky enough as it is, so I just left the front bit a bit flat. Now when I build the soil up, I can always curve it more to give it the impression that it's more curved. But so yeah, I've just got the walls curling back a little bit, because when I look at the pictures of it, that's the way they are. They kind of curl back. So yeah, so we're coming along. As you can see, it's all stuck pretty good. I need to build this up and finish up this bit, but we're getting there. So that's just a quick update on that. I'll keep you updated with it as we do more with it. Okay, so this little guy, like I said, €6. It's close to death, I would say, but if we get it out of the soil, we can hopefully save it. It's a Chinese privet, so all this, as you can see, it's just dust it's in at the moment. So we'll try and get it into some good bonsai soil, and we'll get it outside so it can start its hopefully bonsai journey. So I was going to soak it, but I thought the best thing to do is probably leave it dry to get as much of this peat out of it. Just gonna gently tease out the roots. I'm gonna try not to take off any roots if I can help it. Give it as much chance as I can. We'll just try and grow this as a little kind of broom style tree. I have a Chinese elm which I got more or less the same thing a few years ago, which is this guy. I brought him, he needs a bit of trimming up, but again it was the same thing as this one. It was in a bad state, got him cheap, and as you can see he's grown quite big and filled out quite a lot once you start looking after them properly. So I'll back down there a minute. We give that one a pruning in a while. I will, when I have this one done, I'll put him in the shade and keep him out of the full sun, but I will put him outside and try and get him used to the outdoors so he can start growing a bit better. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take him out and give him a wash. So I'll take him out, wash the roots, and then we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so we got the roots kind of clean off. Now I'm not saying to do this with any of your trees now this time of year. You shouldn't be repotting them now, but this is just a kind of rescue mission, hopefully to save this tree. So it's more of an emergency repot. Now I'm going to take off any roots, but there is one root in here big heavy root which is curling round and going back under the tree. So I'm just going to take it off here. Take out that bit. I know it's a lot of root, but hopefully there's still enough on the tree for it to survive. There's a lot of dead bits of root. Okay. If it's going to survive, it has more of a chance of me doing this than it would have had it been left in the shop. I'd say it only had a couple more days and it would have been gone. Okay, so I think I might be able to... This root's a bit high, but I'm going to leave it for now until the rest of the roots are kind of grown. This one in here is very chunky. I'll probably take that off completely as well, but I won't today. There is another one going straight down here. I'll take that one out. This repot is just to get it through to the spring, try and get it growing healthy, and then the spring we'll probably repot it again and do a bit more root pruning and a bit more cleaning up of the roots and stuff, if it survives. Okay, so I'm going to put it in this pot here. It's kind of shallow, but it'll hold it down, get the roots kind of more flat. So I'll just put a bit of wire in there, a couple of bits here which I straightened out. Let's see, should I cross them? Yeah, I'm going to go them across at an angle. So we done that way. The other one can go in this way. Okay, put a little bit of drainage screen in the bottom. I've got these little discs, so I'll just put that in there. We get a bit of soil now. We'll try not, I don't want to trim any roots off if I can help it any more than I already have. So I'm just going to tuck the roots in. I'm not worried about the placement of the tree or anything like that. It's just going to go in the middle. Like I said, don't look at this and decide, oh, I'm going to start repotting trees. This is definitely not the time for doing this. This is only, we'll see, can we rescue this little guy? Okay, that should hold it for now. Give that one more turn. Just push all them roots in. If you've been watching my videos, you'll see that I got a couple of Chinese elms recently. Same thing. They're in a pretty bad way. Same shop I got them from. and I repotted them. I actually planted them both on rocks, and they're both doing really well now, going good and strong, so they survived the repot. So hopefully this guy will do the same. Okay, what I might do now is just rip up a bit of sphagnum moss, and we'll just, it's dry at the moment, but we'll soak it now in a second. We'll just put it over the top just to keep the moisture in, and we'll give that all a good soaking now. The tree itself, I won't do any work on it. All the wiring and trimming and all that can be done once we get it up and growing. So I'll just get that outside now, and I'll give it a good soaking, and we'll put it in the shade, and that'll do for that guy. Okay, so like I said, this guy was one similar to that when I got it. It's starting to grow a bit out of control now, so I'm just going to give it a quick rough pruning. Nothing major, just pruning to outward facing leaves, taking off all these long shoots that are growing too long or in the wrong direction, like straight up like this one. Over the years I've collected quite a few of these Chinese elms like that. They're all because I keep seeing them in shops and they're not looking too great, so I tend to feel a bit sorry for them and decide to rescue them. So that's why I've ended up with quite a few of them. But they're a nice little tree, I like working on them. Very hardy. I leave them outside. All my Chinese elms stay outside all year round. So I like that. Some lose leaves in the winter, some don't. Not too sure why some do and some don't. Maybe it's something to do with the amount of root they have or something. That's just quick pruning. That one, nothing major. I'm not going to do any branch structural work or anything like that with it now. It's just to get it in shape. This one could possibly be a contender for my Hadrian's Wall job. That one could be the wanted to be like the sycamore. It's a sycamore gap tree I'm doing, so this one could be a contender for it when the time comes. We'll have to see. There are a couple of different ones I might use, different trees. I have another one here which needs a bit of a quick pruning up as well. Another Chinese elm growing a little bit wild on me. This one I planted over a rock. Again, it's one of these kind of ones with the ugly twists and that, so a horrible root base. So I planted it on this aquarium rock, and it's been there for a few years now. But again, it's starting to grow pretty wild here, so we're just gonna quickly nip it back into shape. Kind of like to, once they start growing a bit too long, prune them back. I don't want to be ended up with big chunky branches. And these ones that start growing straight up will just take the energy from the rest of them, so we get them out. Again, always trying to prune toward outward facing leaf. Yeah, so I have a few trees that I'm thinking of using on my for the sycamore gap tree. I have a sycamore growing, which I'm trying to get it to reduce its leaf size so I could eventually use that, but for now that'll take a few years to get really reduced back, I think. So for now I'm just going to see and use one of my other trees. And just train it to look like the sycamore gap tree if I can. So again, now at the top, it really could do with a thinning out, but for now I'm just getting it back into profile. We'll do all the thinning out of it. Later on, if it loses its leaves, then you've got a better way of chance of doing it. It's easier. So I'm just going to leave it until then. If it doesn't, then we'll just have to go in and, like I do on my others, just work branch by branch, creating individual pads, and that creates gaps through the apex, and lets light through, and it just gives it a bit more of a miniature look when you have smaller pads instead of one big pad. Okay, so that was just another quick one there. Bring that one up. I have one more I want to do a little job on, which is this little guy. This one was an air layer. I took off the top of one and it was that way, flat, so I repotted it up this way a couple of months ago, I think. I have to go back and check when I did it, but as you can see it's recovered well. So now I just want to just start it on its journey of growing like this. Now I think I'm going to wire this branch and this branch together. Just trying to twist them a little bit, I think. Maybe part them, but bring them down. Maybe not. Do I leave them as they are, with one slightly above the other? Maybe I can get rid of this one. Maybe I'll take this one out altogether and I get rid of this one like that. And now what I'll do is I'll start to train another branch like this one. I can train down here into this area. So we'll take off this top one. He's got to be trimmed right back, it's too much up here. I think I'm going to have to leave them grow a little bit. These ones get to thicken up, so we can maybe wire them down so we can kind of create something here. Or I may take all that off one day and just keep that as my tree. That'd be another possibility. But for now, I think I'm going to leave them. This guy can come off back here. Stuff back here, we can take that out. We can maybe use this as a back branch and bring this one down here. So I'm going to leave them grow for now and thicken up, and then we'll bend them down like that to create something. So that's all we'll do with this one. Just prune them back, get them growing as two separate pads. Pad up here, we'll get this one as a pad back here, this one here. maybe grow an apex here then. Yeah, that should one day make a nice little tree. Okay, so that's it for this video, and we will keep going with our wall, slowly but surely getting there. And like I said, this one maybe one day could be a possibility for the where's the front? I think this is around the front. Where's the front of this tree? I can never remember. Maybe there. This one could be a possibility for this sycamore gap tree. We'll see. Too bad the wall's looking very sparse at the moment and very grey, but once I fill in amongst the stones with some soil, and we get some moss growing on it, and we kind of get it weathered a bit, it should start looking a bit more natural looking. I've got to build this wall up here and up here, so they're kind of following this curve up, so the wall stays roughly the same size. But yeah, that'll all come in time, but we're making good progress. The super glue and the spray is definitely working good, sticking good and strong. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Again, we did another little rescue mission on this guy. Hopefully it'll survive and we can turn it into a broom style, maybe something like that. Maybe this one day will turn into the sycamore gap tree, I don't know. So I'll take this out now and I'll give it a good soaking. I might even chop this up finer before I do, get it nice and fine and chopped. It'll just help keep the humidity and moisture into the soil. Maybe take some off and just chop it up finer. Just put a thin layer over the top and we'll give it a good soaking. So, okay, so that's it for this video guys. As always, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.